Hey guys, finally back with another game. This is my tournament game against Nikolakos for the winter tournament. He's a player from Greece. Never played him before that I'm aware of. We're just about to start, so let's see how this goes. I've got a bit of a setup designed to try to, I guess, give me a lot of structural shape in the endgame. Keep him guessing at flag. A couple of sort of interesting bluffs that might work well for me. Obviously the spy up fairly high, Colonel back row. But yeah, I'm sort of got a bit of a plan of how I want to play this. I want to try to get captains is my goal, and then play like a tight lead to force information out. But we'll see how well he reacts to that anyway. Hope you enjoy it. I'm going to start my opening on this side, just so I can bluff a bit more power over here than what I actually have, and then push down this side. Hopefully run into issues with the major. I'm going to bluff here with the colonel. That sets up a really nice early bluff for later on. And then I think I can also probably spy bluff now. So they're likely to moved early on. And looks like something I wouldn't really be defending with. Don't know if this would be a major or not. I think we'll play with that piece as backup. Oh, dang it, he scouted it. That's really annoying. That's alright, we can play with that. I don't feel like this is actually a power piece, but I'm not really convinced either. This one's probably a scout, I'm thinking, based off his other opening pieces. This one's probably a scout too. That means this might be a major. This one likely is scout. Okay, bomb. That's actually kind of cool. It was a scout. I need to play this piece, I think, as negative. Like, fake that I'm trying to clear it from being discovered before I start anything. And it also leaves my marshal open, which is actually a good thing. Play here. This happens whether or not this is a high piece. I'm really annoyed that Colonel got exposed, because that was going to be such a nice opening bluff. But we'll just have to see what happens. Okay, that's interesting. I'll play that. At least I can use this captain in a nice way. I mean, all things considered, I'm not doing too bad. I've actually got quite a fair few scouts, and this is going to play a massive role in the end game. Because it means that if I discover, say, an equal value piece as this colonel, instantly I can put on so much pressure. I think I need to just reorganize it here. Make this look a little prettier. This comes across. That means this is not the marshal, more than likely, but hey, what can you do? We'll just see what happens. I mean, it's not worth the risk either way. It came from here, so I don't mind actually scouting it, because I think that gives me information on what these other pieces, which are more likely to be the marshal, gives me some info around them. That's right, scout. Happy with that. Okay, if that was a scout, that means this piece is either a captain or a major, which leaves these two as my next two biggest targets. Now I move this lieutenant. I'm thinking if I move it away and then move this piece out, it makes this one, being a discovery piece, look a lot more like this lieutenant is my marshal. Captain, that's cool. I'm trying to hold myself back here because I know that I want to play like that this isn't a power piece, but I don't know that. But at the same time, I'm trying to have a good balance, because if I don't play a natural game, I won't play well. But I am happy actually with where we're at right now, because I've got a nice free area to operate in. And despite my colonel being the star, he's playing sort of an information game, which is what I'm kind of good at later on. I'm not actually intending to hit this piece, I just want to see that, basically. To see which pressure... Often if you get a situation like this where you have a piece that, say, is either a bluff or it might even be real, but if it is a bluff piece and it's a low piece and it comes out to put pressure on, say, this minor here, by moving my colonel up and seeing what piece comes out, you can often sort of tell what they actually realistically want to defend with. Okay, that means that's a low piece. This one's suspect, but I feel like that's a colonel or something. So we'll use scouts on that later. We'll pressure this one. He's happy to have me hit that, which means it could be captain, because he wouldn't be thinking this is major. Or it could be a major itself thinking this is a captain, and that's why he's happy, because he's diagonal with my colonel. Alright, this is where we need to get some info. Interesting. This is definitely likely to be a colonel or something. Okay. A captain backed by a lieutenant. That's pretty cool, actually. We don't want to play the marshal yet. He's still got one too many scouts. I think now is where we play the miner as a captain to lure out the majors. That's good. Another scout. He's happy for me to take that, which is a bit weird. Bit of a risk here, but I feel it's worth it. That piece came from here. I'm just trying to think about setup structure. You did have like a captain here, a lieutenant here. There's got to be something backing them up, but I don't know if it's this piece. It is in a good spot where he's got all this space here that he's cleared, which is like, looks like it could be for a power piece to be sitting back in one of these third row, sorry. I'm thinking this one goes back. We need to use this lieutenant for that piece, I think. Good, bit of pressure. So one of these is likely a piece that could take a captain or something, but I think one of them is a bluff, and I'm not sure which one it is yet. There's a captain here, that means if I hit this with the lieutenant, I either find a major or something lower. Comes down first. I go here, he goes here, I then have to retreat with Colonel, he then goes down, he can threaten this and jam it between Captain, and if this is a Colonel then I suppose I gain information. That's a good result, that's perfect. I think we play back now and play off that advantage. We just advantage, but take the win, don't push too far, and now we rotate the lieutenant that we just used with lieutenant over here and swap. That's good, that's a major. Technically I could use the known kernel, but I think I prefer to just run this out. Which means this piece is definitely suspect now. If that's major, don't know what this one is. This one is like another piece because it's sitting in front of captain and blocking this one. So we hit with captain, assuming it's not another major. That one could be another major, so we hold back. I think. Is that the right option here? I really want to know what that is. I think we put some pressure on with this major. So that's the captain. I'd like to do that last scout too, because that gives me a lot more possibilities. I think we played with this a little bit. So we can see what he attacks us with. What he's willing to sacrifice. He's played a good game so far. That's the captain. Which means this piece, if I go and he plays, that means this piece has definitely got to be the kernel or higher, I think. That's good, we're getting information here. So that means this piece is highly sus. This piece is highly sus as kernel or higher. So even though I've got an exposed kernel, and they need to get back the minor, and I'm kind of on a level ground, possibly even in a better situation, because I don't think he has any other reads on too much of my stuff. General's a bit obvious here though. That's good. He didn't want to push the button with either of these pieces. Perfect. Needed that lieutenant. That gives me a bit more freedom. This was the major. That's likely a bluff. which means this piece is still the one that we want to know. But I need to keep this lieutenant bluff going, that's the only problem. I'm actually going to move this captain away a bit, so as to create a intentional traffic jam for this major, which could potentially lure out a higher piece once they discover the major, and I can pull that down in line with my marshal, and if he tries to trap, then my marshal's in a good position to strike and still quickly get this to the center. Okay. Really good opportunity to put some pressure on. He's actually given me the opportunity to take his major there, which is really annoying. That's not actually my marshal, because I would be taking that. Okay, now that I know that's not a high piece, that was where it was. Oh, well, suspected. And then this one's suspected marshal or something. Now, to take this piece, we might actually sacrifice this captain to get some info, because we're upper captain, so it still gets us one piece, and also balances out what we're doing here. Let's see what he pushes with there. If he hits with that lieutenant, that'll be really nice. Yeah, so we definitely, I think, sack the captain now. It's good, we get a sergeant. Colonel as expected. So now I'm up 2 lieutenants, down a minor. I have the scout advantage. So now we're in a situation where I'm ahead in the game, which is good. Pressure's on here. I'll now have to play complete positioning. I'm going to stick the marshal out the front so that he's ready to go in the center, because I feel like if he gets desperate, I need to be able to move quickly. And then I can set this major in behind it, and it sort of gives me plenty of room. I'm going to move this down. Not that one either, hey? He's not moving it. It's starting to make me wonder, is that actually the major? Did I just forget it? Actually, I've already got my major discovered, so I might as well swap. Yeah, it looks like it was the major. Like 99% certain that was the major. Can't think of what else would have been major. No, so I've misread it and got it wrong. That's alright. At least I got a lieutenant for my trouble. Which means this has to probably be marshal. Or general. Okay. So that means colonel, general, which means major is likely there. Sorry, spy. It's an interesting tactic. Okay, so if that wasn't the major, where have I lost the major to? It must have been one of these two. Feeling pretty good still about the bluffs that I've got set up at the moment. I feel like I can find the pieces that I need to with what I've got. It's looking like he's got a third row marshal, which is going to be interesting because third row marshals, while they're effective, if you leave them out for too late, they can't have as much impact in some ways, but also they can sometimes sort of give away setup shape really badly. Okay, that's good. Means that's a candidate for marshal. Marshall. Oh, that was the major. Far out. I'm proper retarded. If I go here, I think I can fake him out. Oh, I've at least got a major, which is good because that means the rest of my lead. I've got a captain. Who's going to win this one? Okay. Get rid of that. Some pressure on this major. That's good. Get a captain. Don't have to expose my other kernel, even though I think that was already exposed. Anyway, doesn't really matter. Now got that back. I already know a captain here. All I have to do now is play smart. I'm still suspecting this as the Marshal. Especially after these moves actually, because he wouldn't leave us out in the wing like this. Which means I simply got that. Rotate down with my kernel. And now I've got board position. Yeah, this has got to be the Marshal. Which is good news for me. Because that means I've got pretty much all the info I need. I'm equaling captains and I'm up 2 captains, which is going to be a solid advantage. It's going to be hard for him to break. I wonder if he thinks I've forgotten that's his captain. Oh, he'll just give me a free one. Okay, fair play. I have a couple of options here, one of which I particularly like. I go 1, he goes 2, I go 3, I take. I don't think it's worth it. I think I can win without taking any risks here. Don't think he can stop me either from using what do you call it? It'll stop me from using the kernel on the left hand side due to the fact that if I discover his marshal over there, I can push up with my marshal, leaving this major and captain exposed to like generals and majors, which is good for me. You need to be a bit careful here. I think I play that. And then do I play back? No, that's no good. I think I just apply pressure and wait for. Now's just a critical time where if he makes the wrong moves here, I've got pieces in position to make him lose a lot of stuff. So he needs to keep an eye on what he does. I go here. And then what can I do there? There's not much. Can I play that? No. I can't play Colonel over yet, due to the fact that if he does take, I move up, his major's diagonal, I can trap if I get the major to come back down, but if the major goes across I can only get the captain, which leaves me up a captain, down a major, and up two lieutenants, which is okay. Marshal will be known. But I can't move towards it either, because if he runs away then I don't actually gain anything. Here I just have to hold steady. I'm gonna probably lose that piece, but that's okay. It's annoying that it's a scout that I'm about to lose. Oh, that's alright. That's right, he didn't actually know it yet. Okay. Push that one. What does that leave? That doesn't leave many spots for the flag. I'm thinking tripod right here. That's here comes the marshal. Surprise, surprise. Okay. This is actually going to be a good time to pressure this in a second. Should I this at the back? Now's actually the chance to discover the marshal for sure and force him to do something. Now's the time to pressure this piece. I can technically move up with the marshal, but don't know how good of an idea that is. With the general there, I think it's better to pressure this across, get him up to here, and then see what we do. The minor, that's good. see. Now we can always discover the marshal. There we go. As expected. That allows me to then run around the back if I want with the general. I can swap out. Do I swap out? That's the question. I think I just hold for now because I have control over the general at this point. So this will be a kernel swap, which is good. We want to see if he's actually confident with his spy at this point. Which he is apparently. Question is, do we push the major or not? I don't think we do. I think we swap this back and hold board position. If the spy goes back one, then we're in a good spot. I definitely think him exposing the marshal was a good idea on his behalf. It's going to make it extremely difficult for him now, because I know major, I know marshal, so from here on in, it's just a matter of swapping out. Which means moving this up. This goes across. And actually, I've caught up in minors now too, so that's cool. And I know the final captain, so there's going to be no bluff there. I just need to get back over there before he goes auto on me. And then we're pretty much good. I can rotate the general back, swap out. He has no scarcity spice, and I can swap marshals. That's the last major, so that's cool. I can force a swap between the general. If I get the major on this side, I can pin it with this major. Use the marshal to come around. It's a little risky just for this minor here, but that's it. And that should be game. This rotates down. Cross. That's captain. Keep that in mind. Swap up. I should have actually, that's a misplay. There. It's alright. We can get with it. We just move this down. That's good. Get the captain out of the way. Marshal then goes down. And not across yet. I move this across. This goes up. No, hang on, he can't do that. If I go here. I think that has to go up. Okay, now we're in a good position. It's down here. Then we go one. Leaves us in a spot where he loses them if he doesn't swap this properly. And we're safe. Cool. spy alive because I know he's spy, and that allows me to swap captains. Yes. Which is good. Then we're down to our lieutenant range, and from there it's game over. To his credit, he's played a really good game. Actually, he didn't make too many mistakes. I think he just gave away too many little pieces, which allowed me to manipulate him sort of how I wanted to. Once his setup gave shape, like he didn't actually strictly give away the information. He just let it slip through sort of setup shape. Let's go test the flag. Just swap sides here. Means I can just wait till I move that piece back up and then move my sergeant up. Oh, that would be a bummer if this has got one has more clock time than the game clock. Far out. I should have played that way more aggressive then. That sucks. I need like 1 minute to, like as soon as this piece is taken, this miner goes up and it's game over. It's a very disappointing end of that. Yeah. Time clock, eh? Oh well, I hope you enjoyed the game anyway. Probably shouldn't have played that slow, obviously, but hope you enjoyed it regardless. And hopefully I'll have some more games throughout the rest of the tournament.